Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in London for the Allen versus Brown and the Chisora versus Gashi fight. Jump straight into it. Your first fight with Derek Chisora. How excited are you, and what's your thoughts on the fight with Gashi?
I'm looking forward to it. Listen, it's a much harder fight than what a lot of people are thinking. Because you've not heard of him, a lot of people think it's quite easy. But it's a tough fight. I watched this guy against Schwartz, I watched a couple of his other fights. Yes, against Takam, but Takam was 3 days notice, so I don't really buy into that one too much. He's a good fighter, and he's here believing that he's going to get crushed in the heavyweight division. That makes any fighter a dangerous fighter. Stages of career, towards the end of Derek's career, first fight with a new coach, coming off for a bad loss. It's a tough fight.
How much have you taken? Well, obviously he's a veteran, we can call Derek Chisora, but how much, when he came in with you, how much did you have to change anything, or was it just a case of just tweaking a little bit here and there?
Yeah, you can't have the attitude that you're going to create a whole new fighter. I'm not going to try and turn him into a Jordan Gill or something like that. You know? He has got his own identity. He's had a great career. He's been in massive fights. He's got a wealth of experience. You know, he's a very good trainer that's done phenomenally well with him all through his career. So this whole bullshit, change, you need to do this, you need to do that. Sometimes it's just about refreshing. Pressing a reset button. At the stage of his career, if you look at his last few fights, they are hard fights. The first Dylan White fight, the Takam fight, brutal fights back to back.
Nick and Edge fight, eh? So.
Yeah, that's right. He lost it. He lost for the European title as well
against Finland. I forgot his name.
So he's had hard fights. He's had frustrating nights. The Takam fight, even though he won, it was a hard fight. And then, the second Dylan White fight, he's looking good. Still a hard fight, but he's looking good, getting there. And then he goes and gets leveled. Sometimes it's just mentally you need to reset and have a bit of a change. Sometimes maybe I think possibly with Derek is he's too familiar. You feel as though you're comfortable with your coach or your surroundings. And you think, I don't want to do this. I want to do it my 50% coach, 50% my way. By going with a complete stranger, sometimes you have to do what you're told, and that's all it might need to be. It's just getting back fundamentals. It's not about trying to go out there and do things that he can't do. It's maybe perhaps doing things that he's become lazy not to do. Or, it's not rocket science. Hopefully on Saturday you'll see not a new Derek Chisora, you'll see a better one that we've seen for a while.
Well, again, look at the landscape of the heavyweight division. We'll talk about the landscape that happened yesterday, that stuff later on, but I want to stay with Derek for a moment. Looking at the landscape, how far is Derek, in your eyes, from maybe creeping above with obviously the three guys at the top, the Furies, the Wilders and the Joshes? How far is Derek from maybe get a shot at one of them three, do you believe?
I don't really care. All I'm bothered about is Saturday night, because I know how big a night Saturday night is for him right now, because coming off for a loss, the way it is, a new coach, like I said, it's a big fight this, and he has to get past Gashi, and he has to do it in the style. He has to show me that the last X amount of weeks that we've been working, it's got to show me that he's took something from that. But he has done his sparring. Things are just happening in sparring, and David's showing me videos, and I'm showing David videos, and he's saying to me that he's not done this before, he's not done this before. Derek's feeling as though he's not done this before. So he's got to show that in the fight on Saturday night. If it's the same old Derek that goes in there and just swings everything from right back there without being a bit thought in it, then yes, he beats Gashi, please. But then when he steps up again, he'll get beat again. What he's been doing has worked so far, but then gets found out. So he needs to show a little bit of something different. So I need to see a little bit of something different on Saturday night. Don't expect it all to happen because it's his first fight, but I need to see steps. I need to see something evolve.
Well, I know you're busy and all that, but you are a part of the heavyweight division because you've got a fighter in the heavyweight division. Big news breaking yesterday was obviously Jarrell Miller. You've probably spoke about this a million times with different media outlets, but again, I might bore you with it, but I'm going to ask you the same question. What's your thoughts on the whole situation?
It doesn't really surprise me because I've always said he's over 300 pounds. That's a big ass man. It's a big unit. to be throwing as many punches as what he does in a fight. Yeah? He's got caught taking something that boosts your endurance, amongst other things. It boosts your endurance. It doesn't really surprise me, but it just shows you that, it shows you that the penalties that are out there aren't big enough because fighters keep risking it. He's just risked. I read some. I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere that his biggest payday is $500,000. Right?
That's between 5 and 9.
He's just risked in between $5+ million for taking some gear. What an absolute idiot! What an absolute idiot! I've heard people saying, "Oh, he had the lottery ticket and he didn't cash it." What an idiot! So it is what it is.
Are you one of them coaches, or you're obviously involved in boxing way more than what I am? Are you one of them people that think if you're caught with this stuff, lifetime ban, or you?
So do you know what? It's so
difficult. It's a grey area,
isn't it? Difficult because it depends on what it is. Because I think you're a cheat, right? But I keep using Dylan as a reference. Dylan got caught with Jack 3G.
Yeah, you've seen that a lot in the gyms, yeah.
And he could have. Something I think got banned 2 weeks beforehand, and it's something you could just get in any fitness gym or whatever. My missus could have it. You know what I mean? Anyone could have it. And it's like it's a stimulant. That doesn't warrant the same sort of ban as what more serious stuff should get. So I think you should categorise the drugs. See what's on the ban list, what you're doing, what there is out there. Categorise them, A, B, C, D, whatever. The punishment should fit the categories.
Yeah.
Right? There's no point in if half of these fighters on this table today have been out for about 9 months. Right? If you fail a drugs test, clambuterol or something like that, you're probably looking at a ban for about 9 months, a year.
You still go on training camp.
So it's only like having an injury. That's not a deterrent. If I fail my drug test for something like that or worse, and I'm going to get banned for 4 or 5 years, I'm thinking, shit, that's a big chunk of my career. If I fail again, I'm banned for life. Then I think you're going to see a big change. But like I said, if you categorise them, so a stimulant might be category C, where you ban them for 9 months to a year. Do it again, ban for life. Make that mistake again. But it's easy to make a mistake. The reason why I know is because when we was in Texas, and Jamie McDonald, when I the first fight, I trained for 3 weeks and he'd done the weigh-in, and then I went round to see him. His room. He said, "Go to the room." I went round to his room, and I said, "Oh." He says, he was just about to take this drink, and I've stopped him. So I went, whoa! What's that? Oh, I've just got it from shop. What the fuck is it?
Yeah.
It's got electrolytes in it. Well, whoa! I said, you don't take that. I said, you don't know what's on, if it's on ban list. That's as simple as it is.
I know.
So a fighter doesn't understand. He doesn't understand about what's on what is and what on a ban list. He went to got weighed in. Went to a chemist. He's out in Texas. Got a drink, and he's about to drink it because it says it's got electrolytes in it. That also might have had some stuff in it that's on ban list. Right? That's as easy as it is. So when you're talking about stuff like that, that's hard to then say banning for life. Because if he'd have got, if he'd have drunk it and been banned, he failed the drug test, then if you're having that sort of idea, ban and for life. That's hard. But if you take something more serious, it depends on what it does for you, what it does for you. Then you've put penalties in them sort of categories. And like I said, ban them for 4 or 5 years. Come back to the end of your career, you're fucked. That's it, you're done. But if you're young part of career, then it's wrecked your career. So nobody's going to take those, or it's going to cut down the chance of people taking those risks. Get caught a second time, ban for life.
You've worded that very, very well there, but here's another question for you then, because I was earwigging in by a joint interview you did with Adam Booth there, and Adam said that this is just going to be one of them things where this is going to get put up, this interview is going to get lost in all the many interviews. So here's the question I'm going to ask you then: how do you govern something like this? And there's UCAD, there's VADA, there's all these different
organisations. It needs to get together, because with Billy Joe's case, it was banned with one group and not banned with the other. I think it was banned
Band with Vard and not with
not
UCAD.
UCAD. They need to get the shit together. Get that. Not have egos. We're doing this. We're doing this. They need to get the shit together. There need to be more testing. Fighters need to be tested more often in between camps. It's not just saying testing in camps, because once they're in a camp, then they know they're likely to get tested. That's not random drug testing. It should be random drug testing across
all year round.
All year, whether you're in camp or not. Yeah? That's the problem, because when fighters are going out of camp, especially out of these instances, they're out of camp, they're taking the shit, giving them that boost, making them better, make stronger, whatever it is they're taking, whatever it is for that reason. Then they go into camp when it's out of the system.
Exactly. I hear what you're saying.
And then I'm a clean fighter. Bullshit. But there's loads at it, and we've got to get more clued up with it. You know? But it's difficult, because also then people say, well, you're at a show where there's people that have failed drugs tests here, Lucas Brown. Yeah, I know, and I've given him shit for it. But it's like when then we're on a table. So then we're on the table at the same press conference where a kid's been in jail for 6.5 years, come back and we're brilliant. He's turning up.
There's got to be fighters' livelihoods as well, isn't it?
So what I'm saying is, you can't then, whatever the organisation is in boxing that decides the penalties, same as with the justice system. Once you've served that time, right, he's come out, he's trying to turn over a new leaf, and he's doing brilliantly. John Harding Jr. doing brilliantly. Right? I've got a lot of respect for him listening to today. I didn't know his story today, but I've got a lot of respect for him for what he's doing in his life now. Once you've done your time, if you're then willing to go on a clean slate, right, do it right, learn from your mistakes, right, then fair enough. So it's kind of like that. Once you've served the drugs test, the ban, once you've served your ban, and then the organisations let you box, who am I to then say, you've served it. They're giving you a ban for X, you've served your time, that's it. Well, there you go. If you go, fucking get on with it. It doesn't mean that I want you to do well, it doesn't mean I want you to succeed, but I can't then say, when people say, oh, you're happy to have a fighter on the same bill as them, that's not
I hear what you're saying,
Do you understand? But people come at you from different angles. It's such a complex issue, this. But it needed me, because if the governing bodies got together and had one uniform ideal, what they do with these drugs, what they do with that drugs, they're the penalties, that's it. Then things will get sorted better, testing better, everything will be sorted better. There'll be less chance of there's always going to be cheating, because it's in every sport. There's always going to be people looking to cheat, but at least there's some sort of penalties and there's some sort of risk where a fighter's going to think, well, I can't go out and get a job that's going to pay me good money. If I take drugs and I get caught, my opportunity, my chance of making good money out of boxing is gone. If it gives them that little bit of fear, then it might stop them from doing it.
Well, last and final question on a lighter note: has Eddie Hearn not contacted you about Derek facing AJ?
No, but David is contacted her, yeah.
Has he?
That's David's the manager, I'm just a trainer. I'm only bothered about Saturday, I'm not bothered about anything else, to be honest. Forget about AJ and anything like that. That's Saturday.
Yeah, what makes you a good coach, Dave?
Listen, I work with good fighters, that's what makes me a half-decent coach. No, I've got to focus on Saturday night, because it's a harder fight than people think, and Gashi's really up for it, and he ain't a bad fighter.
He looks big as well. He looks quite stocky and well built.
And he's 17 knockouts out of 17 wins. Mate, he can punch. You know, Derek's coming off for a knockout loss. So all these little mixtures that are in there. New coach, knockout loss against a guy that sees it as a shortcut to the big fights. This is a dangerous fight. So can't afford any thoughts about AJ or what comes next. Let the managers and promoters do their job. The fighter and the coach have got to focus on Saturday night.
Well, everything you said has been well said and well worded. So again, thanks for this 5L TV. Even I'll catch you Saturday night. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
I'm ready to get the ball.